Now we should be going. We should be live on YouTube now. Oh, it's true. Awesome. Oh, I gotta find my place. That's okay, we're gonna be fucking around for a little bit. Hey. I'm just sending a tweet, which I should have done before I started streaming, but you know how it is. God, what's your name? Oh, Margaret. Hey! Oh my god, I know, I found some at Granny Annie's and I'm gonna try it, but I wanted to do it on stream, like, I'm not doing this just for, just for science of it. My red wigs, apart from the ginger one that's perfect, but my other ones, end of their lifespan. I've had to turn to the orange one. Orange is not my colour. But I did a good job on the fringe. I'm doing a better job on the fringe every time. Flora, you gonna be sick? You gonna be sick? No, apparently not. Yes, you are. Outside? Quick. I do not want to throw it up. Not right now. I know, I made it very awkward for myself. Outside. Yes, you can. You can go outside. You can be sick out there, okay? Yep. Good girl. Okay, she's outside. Awesome. I have Charles with me, as always. He's the best. And I'm going to post a picture of a fake tattoo. It's a really bad picture. The follow-up one where I try and get a better look at it is even worse. Who honestly gives a shit? Nobody cares. There we go. Alright. Gonna find my place in, the Betrayal. And get my faygo ready. It is genuine, delicious peach, exclamation mark, naturally and artificially flavored soda pop. Naturally caffeine free. What the fuck is the point of it? Hi Jessie. Nice to see you. Oh, god damn it. Viewers will experience buffering. I've got the Ethernet plugged in. Like, this thing is going on Ethernet. I think it's just bad because I'm trying to stream at 9 o'clock when everyone in New Zealand is trying to use the internet at the same time. Not a good idea, apparently. This is probably a bad idea. Maybe instead of the betrayal, we can just do we can just do the awful taste test. Well, maybe. Would it help to go on my phone? Why would that help? Interesting. Let me see. If I put my phone on flight mode, do you think the computer will run a little bit more nicer? If I turn off everything. What are we gonna do, Charles? What are we gonna do? It was working before. Hey, Josh. My connection is bad and there's going to be buffering. So, not sure if we're going to do like the actual reading or if I'm just going to try faygo. Is it watchable? I don't like the idea of being caught in freeze frame doing stupid faces. Can you see in here, Charles? Oh my god, Josh, I was at EB Games the other day with Tali and I saw a Mr. Sparkle hoodie like yours and I wanted it so much in the moment. I'm still like, I can't get it out of my head because yours is so cool. Faygo is the famous drink of the insane clown posse. Juggalos, if you will. It looks horrible, but I've heard of it and I saw it in Granny Annie's, so I got some. Charles is such a great little dude. Hey, we're back to excellent connection. Let's go. Okay. I'm going to try it now. It's got high fructose corn syrup in it. Citric acid, malic acid, potassium citrate, potassium benzoate, preservative, natural artificial flavors, sucralose, red 40, and, you know, carbonated water. It's got cancer in it? You can't tell me that. I'm not going to be able to... Oh my god, okay. Ah. Fortunately, I've found a cup that I can spit it into. So, we're gonna do this the wine tasting way. I'm gonna taste it, but not swallow any. Faygo. Yeah, the Mr. Sparkle hoodie is cool as hell. No, I love Code Red. God damn it. Cancer is what happens when one of your cells is fake as fuck and turns your other cells into also fake friends. That's what happens. Okay. It smells bad, but it smells like peach lollies, so... Okay, I don't know if this is a Faygo thing. Oh, I swallowed it. Oh, god damn. I don't know if this is a Faygo thing or a, which part of this is going to be cancerous? Because I kind of want to keep sipping it. Oh, I can't do it. No, it's too creepy. It's freaking me out. Yeah, that... Homestuck. Oh, really? I have not read Homestuck, but I enjoyed the author's work on Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff. It was very formative for me as a web cartoonist myself, who has done over 3 webcomics over the last 8 or 9 years. Oh, yuck. Oh. That was like, you know when you get peach scented, little strawberry shortcake dollies or something? It was like that, with the same plasticky feeling. Oh, I can't risk it. I don't even drink water from the kettle if it's been boiled twice. I throw the water out. Meanwhile, here's some Diet Coke, which has never harmed anyone. The Coke is fine. The peach taste was still in my mouth. Oh. So what I can see of the stream is really far behind. And I assume that will be fixed. Okay, there we go. I think it buffered for me too for a little while, so it made me feel like I was way further behind than I was. Okay. Oh wait, I can't keep flight mode on. I need it to read the story. Idiot. Idiot me. Looking good? Okay, cool. Alright, so last we picked up, my voice was completely going, but it's back, so we're fine. Simon Fear is having a fancy dinner party. His wife, Angelica, cannot be his hostess because her tarot cards told her not to come out of her room tonight, and she just does that. So his beautiful daughter Hannah is serving as hostess, and his plain daughter Julia is sat next to the mayor, who's deaf or whatever. There's something wrong with the mayor that means that it's not important that she talks to him. And then people have been like, hey, what is this charity fundraiser for? Like, did you hear about the Civil War thing that's about to happen? That's so crazy. Or has just happened. Has just happened.
Simon has collections of arms and armor from both sides because he's a freak. And then Julia started to scream. Oh, God, Flora just meowed outside. She knows. Come on, sweetie. There we go. Oh, God, that peach flavour. Ugh. Don't like it. Okay. Chapter 13. She's yelping again. She's really mad that Tali's gone. She was screaming at Tali when she was here, and now she's screaming because Tali's gone, so. My shoulder! Oh, my shoulder! Julia shrieked. Several guests cried out as Julia leapt to her feet, sending her chair clattering to the floor. Yeah, Lucy Good, the new servant girl. She's serving soup. I'm so sorry, miss, Lucy cried, struggling to hold on to the big soup tureen. Ow, my shoulder! And look at my dress! Julia wailed. My arm was bumped. I didn't mean to spill it. Lucy backed timidly against the sideboard. I'm trying to give her an evil voice, but it's not coming across evil at all. Who gives a shit? I don't care. Julia grabbed up her white linen napkin and began dabbing frantically. She just began dabbing frantically. And Simon was like, this is why I can't let her be hostess. So fucking embarrassing. Dabbing frantically at her shoulder and the neckline of her dress. Oh, it burns! A dark orange stain ran down the white lace shoulder of the gown onto the pink velvet bodice. Julia, dear, you may be excused to freshen yourself up, Simon called from the head of the table. He intended to be understanding, Julia knew. Did she? But she heard only disapproval in his voice. I have done something clumsy once again, Julia thought unhappily. Hannah would never have behaved so badly. Hannah wouldn't have screamed and knocked her chair over. Julia knew it. Hannah wouldn't have made such a commotion. But what could she do? That steaming hot soup really burned. Ooh la la, are you hurt, sister? Do you need, how you say, help? Hannah called from the other end of the table. No, I do not need help, Julia replied through clenched teeth. Disgusted with herself, she tossed the napkin onto the table, muttered, "Excuse me," and headed for the door. She could feel her face burning and knew that she was blushing. She glanced at the doorway and stopped short when she saw the expression on Lucy's face. Was that a smile? A pleased smile? As opposed to a displeased smile, which is possible, but not usual. Hang on. I just need a tiny prop. Teeny tiny prop for when I am playing Hannah Fair. Anna. Late that night, after the guests had boarded their carriages and headed home, Hannah and Julia met in the secret room only they knew about. It was a long, narrow room without windows, hidden behind the second pantry. Heat from the kitchen stove on the other side of the wall kept the small room cozy and warm. A small gas lamp cast a dim light. The two sisters had discovered the room when they were small children and had used it as a secret meeting place ever since. They had sneaked blankets and feather pillows in, and sometimes pretended they were girls hiding in a faraway cave. Idiots. That night, Julia did not feel like discussing little girl things. Her back resting on a pillow propped against the warm wall, her hands clasped tightly in the lap of her wool nightdress, Julia sighed unhappily. Beside her, Hannah yawned and tugged at a strand of fine blonde hair. Did you not see Lucy's expression? Julia demanded in a low whisper. They always whispered in the secret room, even though no one could hear. Did you not see the smile on the maid's face? Oh, also, they don't know she's a good. They just know her name is Lucy. Hannah shook her head thoughtfully. Mais non. My eyes were on you, sister. It took me a while to see what all the commotion was. But afterward, Julia insisted impatiently, after I jumped up and knocked my chair over and screamed bloody murder, and then, that horse came in and fucking ran over me, and then 8 other horses came in and fucking ran over me, and it was crazy. Did you not see Lucy smile as if she were pleased about what she had done to me? No. Anna replied softly. Fucking dumb as hell. I only heard Lucy apologize. It's been a really long time since I've smoked an actual cigarette. I'm just trying to be dramatic. I saw her smile, Julia exclaimed, raising her voice angrily. She spilled the soup on my bare shoulder deliberately. But pourquoi? Why? Hannah asked, gesturing for her sister to lower her voice. I do not understand, Julia. Why would Lucy do such a thing? She has no reason to harm you. Try not to go too outrageous with it so you actually know what the words are that I'm trying to say. Julia ignored her sister's question. First, she broke my finest work of pottery. She apologized for that too, as I recall, Julia said bitterly. And then she embarrassed me in front of Father when I was trying so hard to act the way he wants me to. Did Father say anything to you? About me? About what happened? He seemed displeased that there was a disturbance, Hannah replied, yawning again. Oh la la. That's how they do it. But I think Father was very happy about the dinner. Happy about you, Julia muttered. Being hostess is such hard work, Hannah said. I thought my smile would freeze on my face. Lost in her own thoughts, Julia didn't appear to hear her. Mais I am tired, Hannah said, sighing. I think we had better go up to our bedrooms. Yes, Julia agreed. The 2 sisters climbed to their feet, leaving the pillows against the wall. Silently, they started toward the door. In the dark, empty pantry, Julia stopped and grabbed Hannah's hand. Just heed my warning, sister. Keep an eye on that new maid. Something about Lucy is not right. Too tired to argue, Hannah muttered her agreement, and ooh la la again, and the 2 sisters proceeded up the dimly lit stairway to their rooms. Hang on a second, just check something. No, I got the right settings on. Okay. A single gaslight again. I know it's the lights that they had, but it's funny. Whoops, be careful. A single gaslight on the hallway wall provided the only light in the long corridor. As Hannah made her way to her bedroom, she saw Lucy silently slip out her door and vanish into the shadows. They have gas lamps in their house? How strange, Hannah thought, feeling chilled and afraid. The servants have all retired. Why was Lucy in my room at such a late hour? Ooh la la. Curious, she stepped into the bedroom. Logs crackled pleasantly in the fireplace. Hannah's party dress had been removed from the chair on which she had tossed it. The bedclothes were neatly turned down. How nice of Lucy, Hannah thought, sliding into the linen sheets. She felt a momentary pang of guilt for talking about the new girl with Julia. I must not listen to Julia's wild accusations, she scolded herself, This is less Pepe Le Pew and more Poirot, I think, but it gives a shit. Hannah pulled the goose down comforter up over her shoulders and let her head sink into the pillow. Smiling to herself, she listened to the soothing crackle of the fire. Crackle, crackle. "Oh la la!" she whispered when she felt something move against her bare leg. It must be a wrinkle in the sheet," she told herself. She shut her eyes again. She was so sleepy. She hoped she could fall asleep quickly. "Oh la la!" Hannah froze. "What was that? Did something move? Is something in my bed? Oh la 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 la." She tried to cry out, probably oh la la, but her voice caught in her throat as she felt something slither up her leg. Chapter 14. Too frightened to scream, Hannah felt the warm creature slide over her leg. She forced herself not to move, not to breathe. "It's a dick." Hi, Josh. "It's a long one, because it curled itself around her ankle." Then she felt it uncoil. "Oh, la 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 la." She muttered a low, terrified moan. "Ooh!" and leapt from the bed. In the flickering light from the dying fire, she tossed back the bedclothes and searched the shadows of her bed. She heard a hiss, and then saw the flash of dark eyes. My God, it is a dick. A snake!" she cried in a tiny, frightened voice. Rising up on the wrinkled sheet, the snake arched its head and bared its pointed fangs, preparing to attack. Hannah stood frozen in terror. "How did a snake get into my bed?" Hannah asked aloud. "How?" Then, with a short cry, I like to imagine Hannah as being very stoic about all of this, just like, such is life. With a short cry, Hannah sprang into action and threw the covers over the hissing creature and started to scream for help. Help! Mayday! Mayday! Hannah's brothers were blamed for the prank. No, snakes shouldn't be warm. I think this one was in the warm bed for ages. Maybe there's a warming pan in the bed and the snake was inside it. They have not mentioned anything like that, but if you need an explanation for your suspension of disbelief, I'd go with that one. Oh, it's like I've eaten a peach chapstick, which doesn't exist. Hannah's brothers were blamed for the prank. They'd been riding in the woods. They must have captured the snake and hidden it in Hannah's bed. They all denied it, but Simon ignored their protests and punished them. He had little patience for jokes and pranks. "They do not lead anyone closer to success," he warned sternly. Yeah, you couldn't have like a prank channel in the olden days. You could just have like a booth at the market where people could line up to watch you like kick a guy who wasn't expecting it. It was all rigged. And people liked it. They did, but we have a lot more advanced stuff now. The next evening, Hannah was in her room dressing for dinner. Having pulled on a simple white linen frock, high-collared with a delicate red velvet ribbon at the throat, she brushed her long blonde hair and tied it back with a matching red ribbon. Oh dear. Okay. We've got a little bit of animal problems coming up, which I'm going to slide over as much as I can. She heard a scrabbling at the door and turned to see Fluff, her tiny white terrier, prance into the room, a red ball clamped in his teeth. Not now. No ball playing," Hannah told the dog. "You will make me late for le dîner, or dinner." She gave the disappointed dog a gentle shove toward the door. Then she pulled open her wardrobe door to search for her white shoes. Where are they?" she said, bending to search the bottom shelf. Lucy had straightened Hannah's room that afternoon. She must have moved my shoes," Hannah thought. Good solve, detective. For a fair girl, that's pretty good. She finally found them on the floor at the foot of her bed. Holding onto the bedpost, Hannah balanced on her left foot and slid her right foot into the low pump. la, she cried out as I'm going to keep saying oh la la, it's funny to me. She cried out as a sharp pain shot up her leg. Looking down, Hannah was horrified to see bright red blood trickling over the white heel of the shoe. As the sharp pain shot up from her foot, Hannah dropped to her knees on the bedroom floor and pulled off the shoe. Blood had already stained the inside of the shoe. Hannah bent to examine her foot. Wiping away the bright trickling blood with her fingers, she found a deep cut nearly an inch long on her heel. Oh no, it's her Achilles heel. I have an Achilles heel too. Basically anything can harm my heel. Like a cushion, probably not. A dagger, certainly. A bee? Yes. But I'm not usually barefoot, so if the bee had the opportunity, means and motive, then yes. But I doubt it would have all three at the same time. Stuck in the cut was a shard of clear glass. Oh la la! Grimacing with pain, Hannah pulled the piece of glass from the cut with trembling fingers. The blood flowed more rapidly from the open cut. Balancing on one leg, Hannah screamed for help. Help! Help! Mayday! Au secours! Mrs. Mackenzie appeared a few seconds later. She guided Hannah to the bed. Hannah hopped on one foot, leaving a trail of blood. Then the housekeeper hurried out for gauze bandages. Hannah, what has happened? Julia entered the room breathlessly, as everyone does, a frightened expression on her face. Seeing the trail of blood across the floor, Julia gasped. I'm all right, I believe, Hannah told her, watching the blood flow from her heel. How you say, cut my foot. It's a rude word in French. How? Julia demanded, stepping over the blood-covered shoe to get to Hannah's bedside. Hannah held up the piece of glass that she had kept tightly gripped in her hand. This was in my shoe, she said, grimacing from a shot of pain that travelled up her leg. How dreadful, Julia said, staring at all the blood and bits of sick. Lucy cleaned my room today, Hannah added darkly. I believe you may be right about her, Hastings. Or, in fact, Julia. Hannah stopped as Mrs. Mackenzie returned with the gauze bandages. Gauze? Julia watched. I'm not good on the 19th century. Julia watched as the housekeeper expertly cleaned and then bandaged Hannah's injured foot. The bleeding will stop soon, Mrs. Mackenzie assured Hannah, patting her shoulder as if she was still a little girl. You'll be able to come down to dinner in a few minutes, but I would not advise any long hikes for a few days, Miss Hannah. Ugh, fuck you, Hannah thanked Mrs. Mackenzie. As soon as the housekeeper left the room, Hannah turned back to Julia. Lucy cleaned my room and moved my shoes. I believe you were right about her. She deliberately... Julia raised her hand to stop her sister's accusation. Are you really sure that Lucy put that glass in your shoe? Who else could have done it? Hannah demanded impatiently, staring down fretfully at the bandaged foot. We must gather all the suspects in the library at once. No, sorry, we must tell Father at once. That girl must go. She must be dismissed today. She is a menace. Ow, 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 she cried out, feeling another stab of pain. Julia lowered herself to the bed beside her sister and put a comforting arm around Hannah. Try to calm yourself, sister, she said in a whisper. We do not want to accuse Lucy if she is innocent. Innocent? Hannah cried shrilly. We have no proof, Julia said, playing with Hannah's blonde hair, soothingly braiding and unbraiding it, as she had done when they were younger. We do not know that Lucy put the glass in the shoe. But no one else was in my bedroom, Hannah exclaimed. The glass may have fallen from Lucy's dustpan, Julia said. It may have been an accident, a bit of carelessness. But Julia... I have my own suspicions about Lucy, as you know. Julia continued, ignoring her sister's protest. But I do not think we should accuse her in front of Father until we have proof. Hannah stared hard at her sister. Ugh. Father is right about Julia, she thought with some sadness. Julia is too timid. She has no backbone. She is reluctant to stand up even to a servant girl. But Hannah decided to back down. Eh bien, very well, she said softly. I will give Lucy one more chance. Can you walk down to dinner, or will you need help? Julia asked, getting to her feet. I can walk, Hannah replied softly. Go ahead. You know Father hates to be kept waiting for his dinner. Mother has actually left her room and is joining us tonight, Julia announced. Angelica. Oh, how nice, Hannah declared. I shall be right down. Give me a few moments to brush my hair and straighten my dress. As soon as Julia had left the room, Hannah gingerly climbed to her feet. She found that if she stepped lightly on her cut foot, standing nearly on tiptoes, she could walk with little pain. Putting most of her weight on the uninjured foot, she made her way across the room to her small dresser mirror and began to brush her hair. She had finished and set down the brush when she felt another presence in the room. Someone to the side of her, staring at her. Hannah spun around quickly and cried out in surprise. Sacre bleu! Lucy was standing in the room, her cheeks bright red, a frightening, wild-eyed expression on her face. As Hannah shrank back against the dresser, Lucy darted forward quickly to attack her. Oh no, that's so scary. Pretty much where I'm going to leave it, because my throat's getting sore. But thanks for bearing with during the period of difficulty. Flora, do you want to come over and see the people? Come see the people. They like you. Where are your treats? A little bit of cheese. How would that? Would you like that? A little bit of cheese? Come on. You want to come see all the people? Come on. That's right. Come on. Come on. It smells good, doesn't it? Keep coming. She's coming. Okay, fine. Eat it there. But then you got to come over here, okay? She might not. Thank you. Thank you. If anyone wants to buy a lightly used bottle of peach-flavored faygo, DMs are open, as always. Starting the bidding at $800. Come on. Come and see your friends. They're all your friends. They love you. Are you doing that? I'm glad the accent isn't so outrageous that you can actually hear it. No, say hello. Say hello. Who dat? Who dat? Who dat? She's not into it. Let me kiss. Look. What's that? That's your catnippers. Oh. Now I'm not the worst person. Uh-oh. Gonna need some more catnip oil. Yeah, Floradora has been a good girl. Oh, the second awesome thing about the Mr. Sparkle hoodie was the price. The EB Games was selling it for $69, and it was like, oh god, that's so funny. I can't, like, oh. Nice. Yeah? So yeah, thanks for being here today, and thanks for tolerating my week-long absence while I was busy hanging out with Tali. Because I only get to see her twice a year, don't I? If I'm lucky, it's twice. Catnip spray doesn't really work on people. It is quite soothing. It's a variety of mint, but yeah, it's not that good. Alright, so New Zealand is in lockdown for 3 days so far where I am, so you can expect to see a lot more content. Well, not a lot, but, you know, more. And, it's good night from me. Watching a cat lick the shapes box. Yeah, that's my YouTube channel. It's my brand. It is confusingly phrased. I do have a lot of people showing up expecting some kind of sexual content. I'm like, no, it's like my pussycat is licking a box. What were you expecting to see? That's kind of on you, you know? So, sorry, that derailed it near the end. Good night from me and Charles. Be good. If you can't be good, be clever. And if you can't be either, give me $800. Bye, everyone. It sounds a bit rude.